You have to smile. Put your hand down so you can edit it in and out. Okay.
I'll edit you out.
Hi everyone. I'm Emily.
I'm Garrett.
And we wanted to bring you guys a video on prepping your kids for moving to Mexico.
Quiero queso en mis manos, por favor.
So one of the things that we did well before we made the decision to even move to Mexico was we actually switched our kids' Netflix account to Spanish only. And we got lucky because our kids are 2 and 4, so they don't really know the difference at that age. They're really enjoying the imagery, they're following the story, and they're still learning language. The 2-year-old was just learning how to speak English, so he really didn't know the difference. If your kids are a little bit older, just pick a show with them. You can include them in that and just pick a show and ask them which one they want to watch in Spanish or whatever language you might be wanting to learn.
So that brings us to our second point, is that we are not bilingual.
Nope.
Not really. I mean, we're working on it.
We learned it in school, but that's really our base level of Spanish, is that we were really always wanting to be fluent, and we always had this dream to move to a Spanish-speaking country and learn the language, but we just kind of had our high school Spanish.
So I've been learning. I have an app. We use Duolingo. There's several others out there. And one of the things that actually helps us learn and helps the kids is throughout the day, you just speak whatever you know with them. You can intersperse words. You know, you can say huevos instead of eggs at breakfast time. ¿Qué quieres? You know, when you're asking them if they want something, you can say "quieres the water," whatever you know, whatever you're comfortable with. Intersperse that as much as you can to get them familiar with the sound and at least a few key phrases.
The more that we learned, the more that they started picking up words. It's very rare, even when we were living in California, that they ever referred to water as water. It was always agua.
If you like these tips, be sure to subscribe so you get notified of future videos.
Tip number 3. So if you guys have small children, you know from hearing songs over and over and over again that music is used as a great learning tool for kids. So for what we did, we downloaded 3 songs that we knew our kids loved in English. We downloaded their Spanish counterparts so that we could practice them as a family and learn words we already know and sing them. So that worked great. We did Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, Wheels on the Bus, and the ABCs. So incredibly easy tips, something that you can do as a family, put it on in the car every time you're running an errand or do a dance party in the morning.
So tip number 4 that's related to that is we also got some Spanish books for the kids. We do story time every night before bed, at least 20 minutes. And so we read some books in Spanish. I don't even necessarily know what they say, but oftentimes that's part of the fun. Is I also have the app on my phone. My 4-year-old would say, "What does that mean? Let's translate it." He knows now that I can pull out my phone and translate. I can look up certain words. So we're teaching him, if you don't know something, you look it up, and here's the tool to do that.
Yes, he even says now, "Translate it, Dad, translate it, Mom." If you are considering either trying to have bilingual kids or moving out of your country at some point, definitely start making some of these switches sooner than later. What was that?
Otra vez. Otra vez.
And where did the peels go?
En basura.
And then that brings us to tip number 5. Download a Google Translate or some sort of translate app on your phone, because throughout your day when you are curious about words, look it up. It's just a really great tool, even if you're just playing around at home and you're getting a soda can out of the fridge, or you're going to pick up a broom. You know, look up those words and see what they are on your app, and then you have it at your fingertips.
And it might take a few times of looking up the same word before you remember what it means.
Absolutely.
Repetition is key. So like we talked about in a previous video, a tip if you plan on getting a nanny or a babysitter, or any other help really, anyone that's going to interact with the kids, or you, Spanish only. If we had a bilingual nanny or an English babysitter, we're going to default to what's easiest for us. So having someone who speaks only Spanish forces you into those situations, and it might be uncomfortable. It's definitely exhausting for the kids.
Yeah. So to piggyback on that, yes, picking that Spanish only speaking nanny was incredibly stressful and exhausting those first few weeks. You can see our previous video to hear a little bit about that process of making that decision. However, it's been absolutely incredible. Our kids now, after being here only about 2 months, we're really just shy of 2 months, pretty much can completely speak to her in Spanish throughout their day and their time with her.
¿Ahora este?
Ahora para Williams.
¿Está bien?
Está bien.
Ok, ¿qué más?
Ah,
¿Qué más quieres en tu casa?
espera.
¿Quieres un perro o un gato?
Un perro.
¿En
Un
dónde?
perro aquí en casa. Un perro aquí.
¿Qué
Un
color?
perro aquí. Ah. Este y este. Quiero blanco aquí y el medio aquí.
¿Un perro amarillo?
It's absolutely incredible seeing how quickly they skyrocketed in their Spanish speaking skills. They have surpassed us. They absolutely, my 4-year-old corrects me all the time on my Spanish, and I love it. That is what I wanted, and it's amazing to see.
Me busca más dinosaurios. Muchos dinosaurios aquí.
So if you have been thinking about, these decisions that you're going to make, drop us some questions down below, and we are happy to give you any advice. We're happy to answer any questions that you have, give you any other tips that if you are curious about teaching your kids another language and want to know, drop us some questions. Please subscribe to our channel.
¿Hablas más español o inglés?
Poquito español y muchas inglés.
¡Ah! ¡Es todo!
Mira,
¿Qué pasa?
mira. Mira.
Oye, ¡oh! ¿Sí?
¿Te gusta? ¿No te gusta?
Me gusta todo.
Topo.
Poco me gusta.
¿Te gusta? Perfecto. A mí me gusta que te guste.
Te gusta.
So if you've enjoyed watching our journey so far and want to keep going on with us, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. It means the world to us. Drop us some comments, give us some questions. You might inspire us to make our next video, cover our next topic. Share with your friends and we'll see you next time.
See you next time. Adios.
Adios.